Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to today's Friday Reflections on this, the 7th of August 2020. I hope you're all well, and you and your families and communities. And if anybody does have any issues, then I pray Allah makes things easier for you and helps you overcome whatever difficulties that you are facing. Today I would like to read from this beautiful little book, 15 Letters by Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani. Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, for Muslims, will not need any introduction. He was one of the greatest scholars and sheikhs in the history of Islam. And as an introduction to those who are not necessarily Muslims or unfamiliar with Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani, that's, I think, all the introduction that you need. He's even been called the Sultan of the Saints, the King of the Saints. He's regarded with such high esteem. He was a great Sufi and scholar of Islam. This book was originally written in Persian, Farsi language, and it comprises 15 letters that he sent out, and I would like to read from the first letter because I think it's very beautiful. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. The first letter. Concerning the initial stage of the attraction exerted by the truth, jadhbat al-Haqq, and the final stage thereof. My dear friend, when the lightning bolts of direct perception, shuhud, come flashing forth from the cloud bank of the grace of Allah guides to His light whomever He will, and the fragrant sense of attainment waft on the wind that blows from the gracious favour of He singles out for His mercy whomever He will. The sweet-smelling plants of intimate friendship will blossom in the meadow of our hearts, and the nightingales of longing will sing in the gardens of our spirits. With the tremulous tones of, "Oh, how I grieve for Joseph." The fires of yearning will smoulder intensely in the stoves of our innermost beings, and the wings of the birds of our thoughts will shed their feathers from flying too far in the vastness of sublime exaltation. The stallions of our minds will lose their way in the deserts of intuitive knowledge. The foundations of our intellectual principles will quake from the shock of awe, and the ships of our firm-found intuitions will lose their bearings in the depths of the oceans of they did not assign to Allah the attributes that are due to Him. So it sailed with them in the midst of mountain-like waves. And at the moment when the waves collide in the ocean of the ardour of He loves them and they love Him, each and every one will exclaim in the spiritual tongue that needs no ordinary words, Lisan al-Hal, "My Lord, bring me to the land in a blessed harbour, for you are the best of harbourers." So then they will receive, as a foreordained gift, the gracious favour of, as for those to whom the reward most fair has already gone forth from us, and it will bring them ashore on Mount Judy, a trustworthy landing site. It will introduce them to the sessions of the delirious ecstatics of the day, am I not? It will spread for them the table mat of the bounty of, to those who do good belongs the finest and an extra reward. And it will pass to them the cups of attainment, filled from the jugs of nearness, by the hands of the cupbearers and their Lord will quench their thirst with a pure drink. They will thus be honoured with the everlasting estate, and endlessly enduring fortune of. And when you see, there you will see a state of bliss and a great domain. These are some beautiful words by Shaykh Abdul Qadir al-Jilani. Although actually about half of this is Quran. Allah guides to His light whomever He will. 24:35. He singles out for His mercy whomever He will. 3:74. Oh, how I grieve for Yusuf. 12:84. They did not assign to Allah the attributes that are due to Him. 6:91. So it sailed with them in the midst of mountain-like waves. 11:42. He loves them, and they love Him. 5:54. My Lord, bring me to the land in a blessed harbour, for You are the best of harbourers. 23:29. As for those to whom the reward most fair has already gone forth from us. 21:101. Am I not? 7:172. To those who do good belongs the finest and an extra reward. 10:26. And their Lord will quench their thirst with a pure drink. 76:21. And when you see, there you will see a state of bliss and a great domain. 76:20. So although he's inserted these beautiful ayah of the Quran in this letter within his book, it's actually all Quran. It's all referencing Quran. You know, some people, they might say, oh, well, where do Sufis get their religion from? And are they just making stuff up? Or are they doing bid'ah? Well, how can we be doing bid'ah when we're following the Quran? When what we follow is actually taken from Quran and is an expansion and a deeper understanding of the Quranic revelation. But either way, this is a very beautiful letter, and it contains like a description of what is the initial attraction to truth, what is the initial attraction to the divine, and to discovering what everything is all about, what our lives are about. And it is a very beautiful thing when we discover that, when we investigate that, and we start to see things that we didn't see before. We start to perceive and understand things that we didn't perceive and understand before. And it's like an unfolding and an opening up of reality in a way that we never saw or perceived or understood it in the past. And this is a tremendous and very beautiful experience that anybody who is on that path will have experienced and will understand. And those who haven't, I wish you get the opportunity. I hope you get the opportunity. May Allah bless you with understanding and insight and spiritual enlightenment. And I wish everybody who tunes into these Friday reflections or any of my broadcasts or activities, I wish you all the very best. And I hope these are useful to you and that you are benefiting from them. And if anybody has any questions and things that they would like me to cover in future Friday reflections, or things that they would like me to discuss or expand upon, or even shared a different perspective on than what may be generally understood, feel free to inbox me and send me these questions, and I will share my thoughts or my understanding, or I will read something which is relevant to what you have asked. So may Allah bless all of you, and may Allah guide all of you, and I wish you all of the very, very best. If anybody is going through any difficulties, I ask Allah makes things easier for you and grants you blessings and grants you divine support and makes things easier for you. For the sake of his beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العظيم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم. صل ربي وسلم على جميع الأنبياء والمرسلين وعليكم أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. الفاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I wish you all a very lovely evening and a nice weekend.